how do I find a good deal? How do I find a good deal? Well, it's actually not that difficult to find good deals. You need to either partner up with the right people, or you need to find agents or get connected with people that are in this on a daily basis. I see on YouTube and a bunch of things where they talk about there's this app called Drive for Dollar, and then they teach you and tell you how to do the strategy where you can find deals. If the house has overgrown bushes, or the roof is due for service, or it needs painting and those kinds of things, you put your name and your phone number on this app and it automatically sends an email to this person and all these other things, right? I personally think, this is my opinion, I personally think that that's a complete waste of time. This is just my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of people do it, but I prefer buying properties from the people that are doing it personally. I think my time is incredibly valuable, so I don't want to get in my car and drive in an entire neighborhood every single day to find houses that need rehab. I prefer connecting with the people that are doing that so that they can sell me those deals as wholesale. I prefer being the end buyer at the end of the transaction, or connecting with people that are already in that industry that are getting paid to do it. So I like to connect with real estate agents and let them know, hey, I'm an investor, new to the market, but I'm hoping to buy a lot of properties. If you get any listings where the owner specifically instructed you to find me a buyer quietly, that's a good deal, right? And that's called pocket listing. So if you build good relationship with agents, hey, agents are people too. They like gifts, they like the frequent calls, they like being, all of that stuff. You can build relationship with agents and they will look for deals for you, and they have an advantage and a benefit in doing so because they're going to earn a commission, save on the marketing costs, and save on all of the other the open houses and all those kinds of things. But if you take care of them and you let them know that you're serious about the thing, they will bring you deals, and then you can build that relationship. For me, that's my favorite thing. The other thing is that you can go out there and get your own real estate license and then do what's called farming. You send out a bunch of emails, it's real estate is a people's thing. All of the things that you need to do, like social media stuff, if you do that, you're going to get people that's going to call you and say, hey, I'm interested in selling my house. Obviously back in the days, we used to look at, newspaper for people passing away, newspaper for people getting divorced, newspaper for people that are inheriting stuff, or that, court documents, lawsuits, judgments, all these things. We used to look at newspaper to figure out who needed to get rid of a house relatively quickly, so you can get good deals that way. But you get to a certain point where you get over inundated with competition in that end, so you can just sit down and you can look at auction.coms, you can look at all of these foreclosure places and figure out if a deal is good. You have to be careful when you buy a property for foreclosure, though, because when you buy a property on foreclosure, you get stuck with all of the negative things that come with a house. So if there's a judgment, a tax lien, and all those things, you have the responsibility to resolve those things. If it is tenant or the owner occupies the place, you still have to go to a courthouse and evict that tenant. So you can do it. It's more risky, but it comes with a greater benefit. So there's some positive and negative on that end. If there's no risk, there's no profit. But it's available, and the opportunity definitely exists. So getting in the car, the driving around, first of all, is bad for the environment. Second of all, you have to see a lot of people, see a lot of houses, send out a lot of letters to get that one. For me, that to me is a little bit less attractive. I would prefer sitting on my computer and looking at Google Maps on streets without driving and figuring out which house looks bad on Google Drive or whatever, and send those people mails and emails and things of that nature versus driving, because it takes a long time to drive from house to house to house to house. Now, there's nothing wrong if you're already taking the car to go somewhere and you happen to see, you can do that. But I have not been a big fan of Drive for Dollar or whatever that app is